Hi, the lead balloon trap is a beautiful line in the swashbuckling Muzio Gambit of the King's Gambit. It is hard to find a superlative which does the job of describing the level of wild play in these types of variations. After e4, e5, white tries f4, the King's Gambit, and this was known as the darling of the Romantics because of its uncompromising attack and sacrifice, with less of an emphasis on defense and positional play. Black can accept the gambit, e takes f4, knight f3, and black's most aggressive line here is g5, guarding the pawn and threatening in many lines to advance the pawn to g4, hitting the knight. Well, if white plays bishop to c4, black can avoid the onslaught of the oncoming Muzio with a move bishop g7 here. But if black goes for the move g4, white here, who's already gambited his f-pawn, could also gambit the knight with an incredible move, castles. And after black captures the knight on f3, queen takes, and we have an unbalanced, incredible position where white is extremely developed. Black isn't developed at all, but black is materially well ahead. So if queen f6 guards the f-pawn, then we can throw in the move e5, deflecting the queen and trying to open up the e-file for operations. So after queen takes on e5, here we have another piece sacrifice. Bishop f7 check. Well, king takes on f7. And then we have d4, again hitting the queen. The queen can take that pawn with check, but the bishop from c1 interposes bishop e3. Well, of course, that bishop is immune from capture. Obviously, queen takes bishop, queen takes queen. The f pawn now is pinned. So after bishop e3, black does a logical retreat to f6. White here can play bishop takes f4, but also knight c3. The knight perhaps wanting to jump to d5, hitting that queen again. Well, if black wants to prevent the knight d5 move, knight e7 is logical, but here white's going to be winning. Because after knight d5 anyway, hitting the queen, knight takes knight, queen takes knight check. Now the rook is ready to capture on f4. So queen e6, but rook takes f4 check. So the king jumps to, or retreats back to g8, and here we have a nice win. Rook takes f8 check. King takes. Now the rook on a1 joins the offensive. Rook f1 check. King to e8, and now queen to h5 check. Queen g6, and now queen e5 is going to pick up the rook with a mating attack for white. So this has been the incredible lead balloon trap in the Muzio Gambit of the King's Gambit. Hope it gave you some good offensive ideas, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.